Hey everyone, Tanner Bell here. Welcome back to makersgonnalearn.com. In today's video, we're talking to you guys out there that are struggling to sell your Cricut projects. Now, as you guys know, we have an amazing program called Design, Make, Sell, where we get to work with you guys individually and teach you exactly how to use your die cutting machine for a successful die cutting business, where you're able to make what you love and sell it. I hear from a lot of you guys all of the time that you're struggling to get started selling your projects. So in today's video, I'm going to share with you guys my 5 top tips if you're struggling to sell your projects so that you can quickly pivot and start seeing sales in your business. Believe it or not, you're not alone. This is the most common struggle for beginners selling their projects. It simply is just getting started. So that's what we want to encourage you guys to do, is take action through these 5 tips. So if you're excited, let's go ahead and jump into it. Tip number 1 is believe in your pricing. And this truly comes from pricing confidently. Whatever you price your item at, which in Design, Make, Sell, we teach you guys exactly how to price your item. But no matter what the price is, if you do not 100% believe in that, you're not going to be able to confidently sell your projects to consumers. You just will not be able to do it. If you can believe in your pricing and know that you're worth that, then you're going to see very quickly that your consumer, that your customer is able to understand that and believe in it as well and not even question it. If they can sense that you're questioning your price, they're going to question it as well. But if you're able to answer their questions, confidently pricing your items is going to be a big shift for you all that are struggling with selling. When you're dealing with customers, you have to believe your price is fair. You know that you want to give a great quality service, a great quality product, but you want to make sure that you believe in your price is fair to the customer. As a beginner, you may be used to working for free, doing business for your friends completely free just because you're passionate about it. Believe it or not, pricing is one of the hardest things that we see when our students get plugged in to Design, Make, Sell. So definitely price confidently, and we will teach you exactly how to do it in Design, Make, Sell if you're not already a student. Tip number 2 is put yourself out there. And what we mean by that is you really have to get out of that comfort zone. As a beginner that has not sold before, you have to really put yourself into some uncomfortable and new environments by putting yourself out there. What that could look like is letting people know that you've launched an Etsy store, letting people know you've started selling your projects, and it could be that simple. And then as you take that step, you'll want to then continue taking more steps to putting yourself out there. There's so many different ways that you could do so. You could get plugged in to some type of crafting event. You could, try to network with other businesses. It could even look like that you go into a local boutique and say, hey, I would love to find a way to work together. Here's what my portfolio looks like. I offer custom X, Y, or Z. And that is something that's putting yourself out there. What that could mean is that they're going to say no, but that's the worst thing that they can do, is say, no, this is not going to work with our business today. But what that's going to do for you is get comfortable with people saying no, because all it's going to take is a few yeses for you, whether you're forming partnerships, whether you're just confidently sharing your business with others. The fact of the matter is that you're willing to say yes and take that step out of your comfort zone so that you're willing to reap the benefits as well. Tip number 3 is scale down to scale up. And what we mean by that is, as we look at a lot of beginners that are selling, is they start selling everything. They offer t-shirts, tumblers, masks, mugs. They're trying to throw spaghetti at the wall and truly see what sticks. But honestly, my friends, that is not what it's going to take to really see success. So when we say scale down to scale up, What we mean by that is let's focus in on 1 to 3 products that you know is going to do well, that you are passionate about, that you love selling, so that you're able to really make it work instead of just trying to say, hey, I'm going to put everything out there and just see what happens. No, you're going to scale down and you're going to make something happen by following the other tips. You don't want to just passively wait and see what sells. You want to become an active seller. And before you scale up, you really want to look at those 1 to 3 items and make sure that they can scale with you. For example, if you're going to sell frames, you could pre-make those frames and just customize the vinyl on them as the order comes in. That's going to save you so much time and allow you to batch a bunch of frames and have them ready. And then the only other thing to be weary of or just get a head start on is how you're shipping those frames. Tip number 4 is a self-audit. If you're struggling to sell, I want you to take a seat and do a self-audit. Where have you been putting yourself out at? What have you been doing to actively sell? If you want to be an active seller, that's how you're going to get orders. So if you're currently not getting orders, go ahead and do a self-audit. Look at what you feel like you need to do better. Look at what you're doing really great at and where you would like to see yourself. What I like to do here is set 1 week, 2 week, and 1 month goals. So this week, I'm going to accomplish this. Next week, I want to do this. And a month from now, what is my business going to look like? What am I working on? What am I focusing on? A lot of you love the crafting part. I bet a lot of you can do the stock, can get the projects, right? But you're struggling with the selling. And you really just want to confidently sell. But the way to do that is just really quickly complete a self-audit and say, hey, I need to work in this area more if I want to see this result. And you will not believe, once you identify those areas and start taking action, you'll start seeing those orders rolling in. Tip number 5 is stay on top of the trends. If you are currently not selling, what I would recommend you do is validate every single product that you're offering right now. And what that could look like is doing some Pinterest searches, trying to see what is trending in those areas, and making sure that you can validate that item for being something that someone is looking for. In Design Make Sell, we constantly teach you guys how to use keyword research as a tool to determine how popular your item is potentially going to be. And what that looks like is making sure that there is a need for it. Again, my friends, it goes back to basic principles of supply versus demand. If there is no demand for it, you will not see as big of supply. And if you want to successfully step into selling, you want to find something where there is a demand so that you can supply it. Time and time again, it will work. And yes, you may kick off by saying, Tanner, there's too many people selling an X, Y, or Z. But believe it or not, my friends, I've been able to prove it time and time again that even though there are quite a bit of suppliers, sellers, there's always traditionally more demand than there ever could be sellers. And if you can align yourself to be an active seller and someone that is taking action to provide value to your customer, like we teach in Design Make Sell, you will absolutely have success. It may not happen overnight, but that is not how a successful business is built. It takes time, it takes dedication, and you have to push through and have some uncomfortable situations to reach that success. So if you guys are excited, if you love everything that we've been sharing with you, I want to invite you to our webinar. This is a webinar that is going to break down 5 secrets that you must know when building your business, and it's this but on steroids. So I'm going to link it, first link down below, so you can get plugged in to our next webinar. I cannot wait to see you over there because If you stuck with me this long in the video, you absolutely are going to love the webinar. So I hope you guys are so excited to up your sales, and we cannot wait to see what your business is going to do in the next few months. So let us know, come back to this video, give us a comment in a few weeks and see what has changed. So again, give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed, subscribe for more videos teaching you guys how to make money with your Cricut, and I'll see you back here in the next video. Bye friends.